I use so many of the tools we were given in journalism department, in magazine journalism, just in different ways. You figure my career progression to where I am now, just being a podcast, YouTube host, whatever you want to call it, internet personality, it really starts when at IGN, I move over, I'm doing reviews, I'm doing previews, but I also start interviewing people. And pretty quickly, the powers that be there understand that, man, he's way better at interviewing people than the other hosts we have, or not even hosts, other editors, other people. And so I start getting more and more of those opportunities, which eventually evolve into being on camera and doing all these different things and getting me to where I am now and opening those doors for me. So there's that. There's the work ethic that was established here in terms of the fact, I was telling the story in the journalism class today of, when I wrapped up my time at the Missourian, in my day and age, you had to go to the bookstore and buy this giant blank canvas book that you then, when you wrote in the Missourian, when your article got published, you had to cut out your articles and then paste them into the book and keep this record so that at the end of the year when the semester was up, you gave it to your professor, they looked it over, they graded you on your work. You needed at least 20 clips, and I think I had like 23, 24, where I got the minimum done, and I was like, great, I'm done. Because I was scared to call people on the phone. I didn't want to, you do that thing where you call somebody and like you have the legal pad of questions and you're shaking on both hands and you're just like, please don't answer, please don't answer. Because I just want to say I tried. I want to say I tried to talk to these sources. I don't want to talk to them. I'm terrified. But it's trial by fire. You get it over it. You learn something I say all the time, right? Which is you fake it till you make it. You don't have that confidence. You don't have those skills. But as you fake that you do, you eventually start developing them. I digress. I go in for the one-on-one with Tom Orver, give him the book. He'd already had it. He looks it over, and he's like, you pass, obviously. You're a great writer. You're a good reporter. Here's the problem. Like, you did 23. You could have been the best reporter out there. We know how good you can be, and you didn't show that here. Like, and he doesn't say it, but you half-assed it. And like, he's like, basically like, obviously you passed, everything's great, you're really talented, but just, I don't ever want to see you do that again. And I leave that room devastated, but not devastated as in, I can't do anything, this blah, blah, I'm devastated in the way I can't believe I let him down. I can't believe I didn't notice I wasn't living up to my potential, that I let fear or I let laziness or whatever you want to say get in the way of it, right? And I leave that room destroyed, but very much in my head that I'm never going to half-ass it again. I'm never not going to live up to my potential again. And I think that, above all else, is what keeps me going. Even though I don't think up until I said that 2 days ago when we were getting ready to come out here and film it. We were doing an interview back in SF that would be used for the video. And I said all that and put it together. And it's like, wow, that explains so much of me that I never really put into words before. And the fact that I always was the guy that, when I'm at the Tribune, I was writing 3 stories at a time, doing all this different stuff. When I get to IGN, I'm playing the games for review, I'm doing all this stuff, but I was the guy that we'd go out and watch a movie, we'd go get a drink, and then everybody's like, all right, it's 1 o'clock, I'm going home. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go back to the office and capture SmackDown versus Raw clips, because I want to get all the entrances done and do all these. And it was like, I still am with Kind of Funny, right? Where, granted, we own the business, so there's no end to the work, period, but I am the thing of like, even when I get my checklist done, it's like, cool, I should make some breakout videos for this to put up on Twitter, or I'm going to hit up Joey about why I'm not seeing it this way. Like, we hustle like nobody's business, and I hustle like nobody's business. And it's because of what I learned here. The way I hustle is because of how I learned to work here. The way I interview is because of what I learned at Mizzou. The way, and this sounds stupid, but stick with me, the way I shoot Instagram photos is what I learned at Mizzou. Because when I came here, and again, this is way back in the day and age, right? When I came here and took photography 101, journalism or photojournalism 101, that was just an introductory course. That was for one of my whatever, not gen ed, but journalism things. They gave us the wind-up cameras. You click and then you wind it to go. And they were like, we want you to go find a story and spend the entire roll of film on that one story, on that one, and like work the shot. Find the shot you want, which meant go there and take 24 photos of the same thing, but like change your perspective, find where you want to be, do this. How does light play with it? And I found that so fascinating that now if you were to look at my phone for anything I want to put on social media, which is where I live my life, you'll see that you go through my things and it's just blocks of the same photos stacked on top of each other, because it is. Today I took a photo of me in front of Shakespeare's, right? And it's a selfie, and it's like, cool, and it's me framing it over and over again, trying to get the right frame, trying to hide this woman behind me who's not part of the story at all. Like, there's all these different things that it's the grand details, it's the broad stroke, right, of like, hey, I run a company that deals with advertisers and sponsorships, but also gives an editorial opinion, right? So thank God I have the Missouri Journalism School of ethics built into me, of like, I know what's right and what's wrong, and I know what I'm going to disclose everything to my audience, and they're going to know that I'm authentic to the core. And then it's the most granular stuff of, sure, well, I know the best pizza Shakespeare's, I know the wings are CJ's, I know, all this different stuff about how to talk to people, how to deal with people. Mizzou gave me everything.